Hi, welcome to my channel. For those who mistakenly stumbled upon it, I'm sorry, but welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be talking about my first ever trade. I am by name Isaac. I'm a forex trader, so I guess you can call me Isaac FX or Isaac Forex, anyone. So I'm a forex trader, and I'm about to be talking about my first ever trade on GBP USD. You can see it over there, GBP USD. Although technically, this is actually not my first trade. This is not my first trade. I had taken some other trades back in the days, but the difference between this one and those other ones is that I had actually placed this one on my MetaTrader also. Normally, the other ones are just like drawn out TP, using the tool, only this tool. That's what I used, placed it on, and then I don't need to say, okay, it reached here, yeah, I got it, or it came down, oh no, I lost, you get. But this is my actual first trade that I placed on the trading platform. So I'm going to be going over the trade, why I took it, date, time, stop loss, and everything like that. It's just basically documentation. So if you want to join me in the process, you are welcome. If it is boring, sorry again, you're also welcome to leave. But yeah, let's get into it. The first thing I guess is the date. Today's date is the 3rd, I believe. Yeah, the 3rd of February 2026. That's today's date. So, but before I go any further, I guess I should also mention, since this is a record, like documentation, I guess I should also mention that I had taken 1 month, about 1 month, let me not be like, about 1 month to study Forex, which was January. Again, like as I was releasing trades before, I started reading about Forex since before that, since the early beginning of last year. But I was not really consistent with it because I was in school, so I wasn't really consistent in it. Anytime I see free chance, I'll like study a bit on it. So yeah, let's move on. It was now getting serious with it. So the time was about 8:30 UTC. 8:30 UTC, around London, opening of London session. The pair, I've already mentioned it before, GBP USD. Long or short, this is a short trade. As you can see, I shorted the market. The lot size was 0.43. Yeah, 0.43, although it is more than what I should have taken. I'll explain more on that later. The risk percent was 0.5% of my account. It's a demo account. I'm currently using demo account. I would like to double that account before I actually go into funded account. You get. So I want to be trading that demo account until I've managed to double the amount inside, which is $3,000. $3,000. Yeah. So I'm gonna try double that. If I believe that I know, depending on how long I take to double it, or before I now say, okay, let me get funded, or I still need to, keep trading with demo. Cause I may decide to get into the reason later. But for now, the risk to reward in this trade particularly, the risk to reward is, let me increase this. Risk to reward is 3.29. So let's just round it up to 3. And entry price was about 1.36. Look at it here. It's not too clear. 1.3588. Yeah. Stop loss was 10 pips. Still not really clear. Stop loss 10 pips, and then take profit was 30 pips. 3R, you get. So the result of the trade, not result and reason, I guess, all together. Reason why I take this trade, but first the result. As you can see, it's clearly successful. My first ever trade was a success, a smash. So the reason why I took the trade, let's zoom out a bit and then draw this down. So this gray lines, should I explain it now or later? Later, I'll talk about the green line later. For now, why I took the trade. If we go back a little bit, you can see we were bullish, higher, creating higher high, higher low, so on. Came here, and then we started going down, creating this support and resistance, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then we came here. Oh, I'm coming. We then came to our spot, touched the top, as you can see. We touched the top, and then what I was looking for was a sell to the downside. Technically it's supposed to be all the way to that other red line below, but the reason I kept my TP here was because of the psychological level. And let me get into that. What's all these green lines across the screen that you were seeing before? What are they? Well, they are called psychological level. They are used by a trader called Jeffrey Benson. If I don't know if a mentor could be defined as could be a person that you have never met, then he will be my mentor, my online mentor, I guess. Although he does not know I exist, but still, he's my mentor. So these green lines are used by Jeffrey Benson, and he calls them psychological lines. So what are psychological lines? So, or level, psychological line or level? They are basically, let me give you an example. You go to the market and you want to buy a food stuff, let's say oil. You want to buy oil, and they told you the price is 1,005. They say 1,005. What if you're going to price that to get a better deal? What is the level you're going to price it at? Will it be 1,420 or 1,450? Yeah, it's most likely going to be 1,450. You get, like, that's just basically psychological lines or level are fixed levels, or like whole numbers, not messed up numbers like 1,470, 1,460, stuff like that. No, fixed number: 1,004, 1,003, 1,002, 1,001. You get. So in forex, the psychological lines are 50 pips away from each other. Let me draw it in here. So starting from here, 50 pips, 1.3700. The next psychological line will be 1.365. The next one below is 1.35000. You get 50 pips, all 50 pips. So the belief is that the big players in the markets, or let me use it the way Jeffrey Benson used to say. The belief is that with this psychological line, with the way market reaches it, you may be able to determine if price will continue from there to the upside, or price will bounce and go down. So you call this psychological line here. Identify, and also psychological line also. If you notice, let me draw it back out a bit. If you notice, we have this resistance have already been tested multiple times. You can see one touch here, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if you really count this one, but here's 5. They've been tested multiple times already. So it's basically getting weak. No one is going to be able to tell if it has enough power to still push it all the way to the support level. That's the last one. So instead of taking my take profit all the way down here and risking that the market will come back up, I placed it at the next psychological level. So that's the reason why I kept my take profit there. Yeah, I'm coming. Sorry. So if you had looked very well at the trade, you will notice that it didn't actually touch the psychological line or level. My take profit is not at the psychological level on the dot. Because so the reason for that is because psychological levels shouldn't really be looked at as a simple line. It shouldn't be looked as a line. It's more of a rectangle. You should be rectangle. Yeah, you should be looking at it like that. Not a simple short line. As you can see, price itself, it not really touched it, but it's still reversed all the way to the next psychological level. So if I had placed my take profit down here, I would have been later wicked out. But this price is still moving, so we don't know if it continues from here or will it go down. But still, I would have been out of the trade. So again, So the two reasons that make me not to take profit all the way to the red line below is this support has been tested multiple times. This support has been tested multiple times. So instead of having to be faked and price goes up, I decided to take it to the next psychological level to play it safe. Honestly, playing it more safe will be me doing a 2-to-1 risk to reward, but let's take it wild for my first trade. So yes, that's basically it, I guess. This sorry, let me keep this blue line you are seeing here, please forget about it. Sorry, it's something I'm testing. It's not really part of my trading confluences yet. So, and also the blue line, I don't know if you noticed it. It's that one has a use too, but for now, well, we're not going to talk about it. I don't think so. I'll not be talking about it. So yeah, that's it for the chart. Let me open my MetaTrader 5 now. Okay, so I'm in my MetaTrader 5. If you go to charts, you can see GBP USD. I believe it was around here. I took the trade around here. Okay, I don't really mention this, but generally, this is the 15 minutes time frame, right? Not this one, but let me change it. I know me and Jeff, I'm following Jeffrey. So me and Jeffrey, well, it's normally to trade at the 15 minutes time frame as the trader. I don't know if I've mentioned this. Jeffrey Benson, right? Is my mentor. I don't know if you will call it him mentor. I guess if a mentor could be someone that you've never met, then yes, Jeffrey Benson is my mentor. Although he does not really know I exist, but yeah, it's my mentor. Yeah. So me and him trade on the 15 minutes time frame. That's why I took my trade around here. So let's go into history. History, you can see it's a sell for 0.43. And if you remember, I said before my risk percent. I don't know if I mentioned it. My risk percent on that account of my $3,000 account was 0.5. 0.5% of the account. And I get you, if you already know trading, you're going to be saying like 0.5%. Why then is the lot size 0.4? You get, it's like it won't work on a $3,000 account. It's way too high. And I know that the reason is like that is because I actually took this trade in the hospital. I was, let's say, panicked. I was not like in a rest. I was not in a resting position. I was not in a like I don't know how to put it exactly, but yeah, I took the trade in the hospital, so I was like up and down. Oh yeah, this is something I'm supposed to show you on my chart. So let's go back there. So back on the chart, the reason why the lot size was 0.4, right, is because at the beginning my stop loss wasn't all the way here. I know we'll talk about why I kept my stop loss here. My stop loss wasn't all the way here. It was around here. But I also didn't talk about my entry, why I took the entry in the beginning. It wasn't only because of the psychological level or the trend line. I also had to wait for confirmation that price was actually going to change bullish. As you could see here, it was still printing higher highs and higher low, but it came here to the red line and the psychological level, then created 3 strong bearish candles. And over here you can see there was a fair value gap. When the price was going up, it came down past it and turned it into an inverse fair value gap. This smaller one was on the 5-minute time frame. So yeah, I saw that price traded through the fair value gap and turned it inverse. You get? So I believe that's one of the signs that is turning bearish. So price came back up, not really came back up much. So as I was saying, I was in the hospital when I was done. I was still looking at this. So I was looking at like talking to the doctor and then trying to look at the trades too. Yeah. So as I saw, after I was like talking to the doctor finished, he gave me small space. I looked at the chart and actually saw that price have entered here. I started to like panic. Price have entered here. I actually came down a bit and it was around here. So I started to panic that I was going to miss the trade. I was going to miss the trade because it was in London session, so it was moving a bit. It was a bit hectic then. Oh, it's often. So I quickly calculated my lot size, and at that time I put my what's the name, the current price of this area. You get, I put my current price and I placed my stop loss to be at this exact level of the inverse fair value gap. That's the reason the lot size was so high for a $3,000 account. That's way too high. So yeah, and I'm thinking I'm 0.5 trade. Yeah, I get it. I get it. So I put my stop loss to be exactly here. If I had left it like that, yeah, I would have been wicked out for sure. So after I had placed the trade, I finished the panic. I've calculated the thing, placed the trade, and calmed down a little bit. Looked at the chart. I was like, hey, why the hell is my stop loss? So why is it here? I said, no, come on, that doesn't make sense. Then I took it at the top of the inverse fair value gap. You get, I took it all the way there. Then zero it down. That's the reason my lot size is so high, because I initially planned for it to be here when I was panicked. Planned for it to be here. That if it came here, I would lose $15. So after I had realized my mistake, I drew it, and I was in loss at that time, so I was not gonna close the trade. I think this had already even, like, it was very close to hitting up, like, yeah. So I was not gonna close the trade. No, took it up. Took it up, took my TP down. You get placed like stop loss. You get. So yeah, that's it for that. I don't know if you've seen the, if I had shown you the account size on my phone, but it's a demo account I'm using. Okay, that's also part of it. I'm using a demo account, $3,000. This is 0.5 risk to reward. I want to double that amount first. I want to double that amount, make it $6,000. Then, depending on how fast I make it turn to 6,000, I will then try to get funded with FTMO. I believe that's what I'm currently thinking of, FTMO. Yeah. Depending on how fast I get done with this stage demo account. Someone, I believe it's Happy Forex. I don't know if you guys know him either. Happy Forex. He said on an interview he said that traders lose their funded account, their first funded account. So I want to prove him wrong, that I'm not gonna lose my funded account. I'll repeat this in the next video too. I want to prove him wrong. So if I really want to prove him wrong, I have to, like, stay consistent with this shit. Like, get that with using 0.5. I don't know, maybe later I'll change the risk percent, but for now 0.5, double the account. I know it's gonna take like 2-3 months. Sheesh, talking it out loud is crazy. So 2-3 months, whatever. I do that. I slowly gather the money over those months to get funded. That's my plan. So I think that's all, right? Yeah, that's all. See you guys in the next trade. I'm gonna be documenting all my trades, so see you in the next one. Bye.